so anyway, yeah, Roger's he's in the middle on the airplane. He's in the middle aisle, and he's like, "Why? I'm gonna here, hold these." And he's on the two guys on either side of him. He's like, "Hold these arms. I'm gonna hold this. I'm gonna carry you." And the other guy, I swear to God, hold. You two are useless.
You know, Ben.
Yes.
All I hear is Radio Gaga.
Oh no.
Yeah. Anyway.
Radio Goo Goo?
Radio Goo Goo occasionally, yeah. But
what
mostly...
What about Radio Blah Blah?
Once in a while. But, usually only on the Eagle when Russ is on. Anyway.
Radio What's New?
2013 is dead, Ben.
So long, bitch.
Yeah. 2013 had its ups and downs for most of us. So we're going to talk about the year gone by.
Yes.
As game fans are wont to do, we're going to talk about stuff we enjoyed, stuff we hated. This isn't a best or worst list or any of that nonsense. Everyone has already done that last week. So I'm going to give out the zombie awards for stupid crap.
Oh, okay.
What about you?
I got nothing.
You got nothing? You're not going to make a little gold statue of yourself and call them the Bennies?
Zero show prep. That's what I'm about.
All right. High five me.
All right.
Winging it, folks.
Actually, if you throw some stuff at me, I could give you my opinion on it, probably.
All right.
Maybe.
You'll appreciate this.
Okay.
My favorite new mechanic of the year is the character swapping in GTA 5.
Yes.
That was some of the best implemented mechanics of all the ones. It's woven into the gameplay the way you want it.
And it worked. It worked a lot smoother than you thought it would.
Yeah.
Because you saw the previews of them doing it, and you thought, no way is it that like.
Yeah, you figured it was the vertical slice that they want you to see, not what it would be in practice. But in practice, I enjoyed it way more than I ever thought I would.
Yeah.
I thought it was dumb when I heard it. 3, what, you couldn't make a whole story about one, but the way they weave their stories together is just, it was amazing. I enjoyed every minute I played of that game.
And they saved the best for last, and you get Trevor kind of towards the...
Trevor's not my favorite. No, I don't really...
According to the stats on my GTA play save file, I've played him for 3 days, and the other two guys got 1 day.
Wow.
Something like that.
Mine leads decidedly towards Michael, because I shaved Michael bald and put a hockey mask on him and his brown jacket so he looks like Jason.
And his name is Michael.
Indeed. But I'm making him look like Jason.
Sure.
Not Michael. Anyway.
That's what the hell's wrong with me?
And I think we can all agree that Franklin was a little bit of a bitch.
Franklin,
he did that GTA thing where, this is crazy, and I don't want to do this. But I'll go ahead and do exactly what you just asked me to do that I've been complaining about for 47 days.
Well,
a little bit of a bitch.
In the dynamic of a trio, you have to have, there's a strong guy, there's a silly guy, and then there's the guy that goes along with everything.
Sure.
And Michael was the strong guy, and Trevor was the silly guy. Although, instead of silliness, we got extreme violence, but still, it was...
I'm going to step on your brain!
Very Joker-esque, actually, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, he was a parody. Moving along. Ben, you're a big PlayStation guy, right?
And how?
Did you play The Last of Us?
I didn't get to that one.
Oh, that's a bummer. You can borrow my copy.
Sweet.
Because I'm not going to play any more of that shit. It was too hard for me.
Oh, really?
Not hard. I mean, the gameplay was what it was.
You know, my theory, and I got, when I got Metal Gear Revengeance, got to, and it would hit me the most, like when I got to the boss battles, it was just too difficult. The mechanics were a little...
No. You misunderstand what I'm saying. The mechanics were fine. The mechanics were great. It played wonderfully. It looked wonderful.
Everything came at me too fast, is what I was saying.
No, this one is the one that's going to tug your heartstrings. And as the father of a young daughter, it's too hard. It's a great game, and I love that the game made me have that emotional reaction.
I completely misinterpreted that.
Yeah. But no, it's that is the game of the year that tugs your heartstrings.
Oh,
that one will tug on your heartstrings so damn hard that you're going to have coronary. I got about 2 levels in, maybe 3. I just couldn't do it anymore. I met Ellie. And I just... It was a chore, and in a good way, but I'll eventually finish it, but it's going to be a little while.
All right, fair enough.
It's going to be one I take in small doses. I got another one for you. The thing I expected to hate, but ended up enjoying. Forza 5's Drivatar. Do you know why I thought I would hate it?
Forza 5.
Because they called it Drivatar.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that the name of the game?
No. It's an element in the game. It's basically a mechanic that they came up with to, instead of building AI...
What game is this?
This is Forza 5, the driving
Forza
game.
5, oh, okay.
The one I won't ever shut up about.
Right.
When they advertised this, I thought, man, that's going to be stupid. They're just going to do plain old AI like they always do, and it's just going to keep that perfect line, and you're just going to have to get faster than them, whatever. But in practice, it changes the game in a way I never expected. It's your opponents are aggressive, and they make mistakes just like a person would. They're based on everything you do in the game is supposed to help build your Drivatar. So if I do a lot of perfect lines around certain corners, then my avatar in my friends' games and in other people's games is going to have a similar ability to what I put out there. And if it's taught me anything, it's that all my friends suck. Not that they're worse than me, because most of them are better. But they beat on my poor little Camaros, Ben. They beat him up. They dent him, and they hurt him, and it makes me sad.
It make me sad.
I got another one for you.
But then I would just go to Los Santos Customs.
Well, fortunately in Forza, after the race, it just magically heals itself. You know, there was a game, though.
Those cars are like Transformers.
They are.
You were saying?
Anyway, there's this old game, a rally game. You ever play a rally game? Rally racing is typically smaller cars, like Ford Focuses and the Lancer Evo is a big rally car.
Yeah.
The
In the
Subaru
past.
Impreza. Those games are great. I like them a lot. But you're racing against the elements, and I don't know. There's not many true, pure rally games anymore. Most of them they have a whole bunch of stuff built around them. The Dirt franchise is pretty much the biggest one. But it used to be called Colin Mcrae Rally. And it was a lot of fun. I had fun just trying to see how damaged I could make my car, because this is back on the PS2 and the Xbox original, since I can't call it the Xbox One anymore. And, I mean, man, the detailed modeling on those things was crazy. Just little bits and pieces flying off that you wouldn't expect on a system that old. I had a lot of fun with those games. And, you know, I raced in them too. But mostly I just tried to wreck the cars in interesting ways. I finished more than one rally race missing a tire. But those had checkpoints where you would stop and you could service your car, but if you hadn't won enough money, you couldn't repair it.
Oh, man.
So you come limping in there, missing a tire, and you can't afford to replace the tire. Sorry.
How are you gonna continue to race?
Very slowly. That's why you gotta take... That was part of the game, though. You gotta take care of your car in this harsh environment. That's part of the gameplay.
So, all right. So let me get this straight. All right, you get to the finish line, 8th, you know, and you're missing a wheel.
Well, you're not racing.
And then the next race,
you're racing clock against the clock.
And if you don't have enough money,
you can't repair your car at the checkpoint.
So you start the next race with that missing wheel.
If it's too busted, you just have a DNF, did not finish. But you could try to go on with only 3 wheels as long as the engine was still running. At least in Colin Mcrae Rally 3. And then Colin died and they changed the name. That made us all sad. And that was the biggest bring down of the year. Next to Last of Us. I also want to give a nod, Ben, to Sony as the most improved.
Really?
Because, yeah. I know you love the PS3, but that thing started like...
PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation guy. Yeah.
Good for you. I'm a gamer, and I don't really give a shit what the box says.
Yes.
But Sony's PlayStation 3 was a train wreck from the word go. It was, $600 out of the gate, the most expensive console ever at the time. Mm-hmm. And if you compare it to today's prices, I mean, with inflation, Microsoft's $500 one sounds expensive, but it's nowhere near the $600 in 2006. But all that aside, the cell processor technology was a joke. The controller was laughably inadequate when it first came out. They didn't even have rumble in it. It was just out of the gate limping. And they have done so much to remake their brand into something great again. It's exciting. I'm glad I have a PS4 on my cabinet, even though I can't hook it up because my stupid TV has a busted HDMI port. But I will, damn it! My Christmas gift sits there unloved and unused. Oh. I'm so sad.
That reminds me, I want to get a 3D television.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I've seen a couple of them, and it just impresses me. The
3D gives me headaches, so.
Really?
Not super bad, but I can't imagine bringing that in the home. It's kind of fun to, we go out, put on the glasses, all right, for an hour, it's fun. But it mutes the colors, and they don't look as good to me.
Yeah, okay, I see you.
For a simple depth of field trick, it doesn't seem worth it to me. Especially not when you add in sorry, did I spit on you?
No, you're good.
Oh.
My mic!
Flupper and fluckadash.
Oh, there's $40.
I got another one at the house.
Quit
your bitching! Anyway, that's probably the most... I think that's everything I had written down. Oh no, one more. Biggest kick in the nuts. Oh. They tried to make a new Mutant League game on Kickstarter, and it didn't.
No way. With Bones Jackson?
I don't know. Because EA owns the license, so I don't know if they could use characters, but there was a guy that created the original, and it was, the character artist that worked on the original, and they were trying to revive Mutant League, and I don't believe it got funded. So that was a big kicking in the nuts.
You remember back in the day, Bones Jackson was the character to have.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And, there's tons of stuff you could do with that today. Peyton Man-Thing.
Peyton Man-Thing? That's funny.
Peyton Man-Thing.
Nolan Bryan?
Mm-hmm.
Like Brian, like cut up fish heads, Instead of Ryan. Get it?
Not even Brian.
Brian, yeah. Nolan Bryan.
I thought you were saying Brian, like just putting a B on the front of his name.
No, that's too simple.
I got you. He could be a fish monster.
Yeah.
A tiny one.
That throws like 200 miles an hour.
Except that it was football, but sure.
I mean, whatever. I'm just saying,
I don't know shit about football, dude. I am so not a sports guy. Are you into sports?
I know enough about football. Like, if I wanted to play, I would know kind of what's going on.
Yeah, fine. Fine. We'll go to the park and throw around the ball, but
the old pigskin.
I cannot imagine a thing I care less about than professional sports. I really can't. And nothing wrong with it. People who are into it, I'm really into the stuff I like. I'm really into games and art and comics and whatever, dude. We're all fans of something, right? I'm not putting anybody down. Just, boy, I don't give a damn. I felt a little bad. My girlfriend kind of digs because her daughter is at OSU.
Oh, yeah.
So they were in the Cotton Bowl this year, and bless her heart, she was trying to, we're going to the Cotton Bowl this year. Yay?
What does that mean?
Is that a desirable outcome that you have sought? Well, yeah. Yay, then. Yay for you, I suppose, I guess. You're pointing at an arrow?
The point.
Oh. That was a long way to go.
Yeah, that's my style. Apparently.
For a visual gag when we're doing an audio recording.
I drew a picture of a arrow, not like a stick arrow, but it was actually a full drawn out arrow.
Yahtzee once said, famously, that trying to explain a joke is like sticking your dick in pudding. You can spend all day explaining to everyone that it's still a perfectly good pudding and it will still basically taste the same, but no one's going to eat it because you put your dick in it.
the whole time you were talking.
You didn't hear a word of it.
I just kept thinking about, that's got to feel good, you know.
Oh, for the love of God. Man, there are times when you make me sad.
I just didn't have enough of a comeback, really, so that's what I wanted.
No, I got you.
Anyway, so, 2013, I'm trying to think of...
You only played 3 games this year, didn't you?
Yeah. So let's count them off. There was Saints Row 3 and 4.
Trey and Flaw.
And GTA 5. So I went 3, 4, and 5.
Hey. You are sequentially sound, my friend.
Saints Row...
now, this was your first foray into the Saints Row territory.
Yeah,
You didn't play 1 or 2.
What a blast. I would kind of say it's kind of like, it reminds me of riding the coolest roller coaster, because you're riding it and it's awesome. And you get off and you go, I want to ride that again, but there's so many other rides. You know, and
it's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah,
okay.
and so and Saints Row 4, same way. Saints Row 4 though was like, it just got way overpowered too quickly, I think, for me.
Well, no, it was all in service of the gameplay. I thought that one was fun throughout.
But there's nothing more that I love than to be able to make a character that looks exactly like this guy.
Yeah, I know. You're super vain.
And
We've established that.
It's just, I don't know.
Says the guy who slaps a Zombie 13 sticker across every car he drives in Forza. Really big. Can I take the logo off of my Mitsubishi and just put my name there? Anyway.
Can you put an Autobot symbol?
You can put anything you want.
Really?
You can build anything you want, and if you don't have the talent, you can download most of it. So someone somewhere will have made an Autobot and a Decepticon sticker.
Because I usually put Autobot stickers on all my cars.
Every one of my car is either black with green stripes or green with black stripes, and they all have a big number 13 on them somewhere, and they all say Zombie 13. 2 Z's, no spaces.
Get it right.
Get it right!
I'm
so going to post some of my pictures when I put this on YouTube. I'll have all my cars springing up. You can take screenshots in the game, download them online. It's fun stuff.
Oh, that brings me to a good point. Christmas present. I got the gameplay. In fact, I should probably plug it. Well, I'll wait to plug it until actually I see how good it is. But it's a capture.
I'm gonna plug you.
It's a game capture card, so we'll be able to actually put up some gameplay. Woo! Probably GTA 5. Anyway, and so you guys can watch that while we're rattling off. I don't care. I mean, you know.
No, it'll be fun.
Yeah. So
we'll do some Let's Plays or something.
Other games and stuff like that, but apparently we can't have any music.
Yeah. Thanks, Content ID.
Yeah. I don't really know what to think about that. Wasn't there something big that went down just recently here?
Yeah, but everyone's talked it to death, and I certainly...
On YubTub?
Let's try and keep it upbeat, because if we go down that road, then it's going to get angry and ugly.
Yikes. All right, well, let's see, what else? Some interesting things happened on Grand Theft Auto since the last time we've...
Do tell, because I haven't played it since...
It's been... Well, let's start on the lighter side. I think it was Christmas... Post Christmas Day, and then Christmas pre, maybe that 3-day
Just say it.
realm. Everything was covered with snow.
Oh, that's cool.
The whole map. I flew around. I went to Mount Chiliad. This is online, by the way. I went to Mount Chiliad, flew around. Cars were sliding all over the roads for ice and.
That's neat, but isn't it supposed to be Southern California?
I got that too, and I was like, "This is madness." It was a lot of fun. You couldn't pick up any snowballs and chuck them at people, but it was a winter wonderland of Grand Theft Auto goodness.
Did the snow run red with the juice from your enemies' corpses?
It should have.
GTA 5, blood on the snow.
No, but it was cool, and I went to some of the rivers and stuff to see if it was frozen, but no. I mean, imagine I plunged my guy in, and he's like...
It's a cute idea.
Yeah.
You know what else did that real good? Did that really well? But can't talk today.
Mm-hmm.
Bully, also by Rockstar. Did you play that?
Mm-mm.
Fantastic game. I think they did a port to the PS3. You might look it up. Yeah.
Okay.
Scholarship Edition. Great game though. Real fun game. And this was before the
Vice
what do you
City?
even call it now? The current gen, last gen, I don't know.
It originally came out to PS2, and I think it came out after Vice City or before Vice City.
After San Andreas.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
There was one game they came out with that was about causing riots.
Yeah, that came out before Vice City, I think.
That's what I'm thinking
State of Emergency.
That's what...
It was awful.
Was it?
Yeah.
Awful. I looked at it. I kept looking at it on the wall, and I'm like,
I know. I wanted it. I'm like, boy, I sure love Grand Theft Auto. And it's those guys. Nah, pass. And then I rented it, and it was awful.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we made a good call on that then.
Of course, it's just nothing to do. It's just the same. Cause mayhem.
Okay.
That's fun, but out of context, that's about 10 minutes of gameplay. And then you're going, okay, I've seen all the weapons. The characters aren't really any different except in big blocky guy versus little blocky guy. That was an awful game. Not even a little fun, really.
Yeah.
Even for the 10 minutes, it was just, okay, surely there's something else I can do.
Anyway, going back to getting back on topic. So the snow thing was I thought was pretty cool. They did it
pretty neat,
really well, and I even found I got out on my. Did I tell you I joined? There's a Saints Row crew.
Of course there is. Purple.
Yeah.
Purple symbol.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Fleur-de-lis.
Yep. And I joined that immediately. I dumped my old crew. Like I made it my.
So that's why you bumped me.
I'm like I'm done. Maybe I'll build this up if I get a following or something. But
I'll follow you, Ben.
You know, well if we get more than 6 people, maybe we can get a Ben and Paul crew going.
Well, we'll see.
Anyway, and so yeah, I'm now a saint apparently.
Nice. Are you the boss?
No, not even close.
Are you the POTUS?
What?
President of the United States.
Oh, POTUS. I got it. Okay. Now, apparently, over the holidays, since we've been out, some guys, I don't know what the whole story is, and maybe I should Google it to find out more.
Nah, let's just riff it. Go.
Okay. Some guys created and modded. No, let's see. What's the right way to say? They took a GTA room online and modded it so that when you went in there, they basically had all control. And so when you would go and find these guys, if you could find them, you could try to kill them or do all that stuff. It was no good. They're invincible. They made themselves invincible. But then they would ask you if you wanted money. And they were throwing around millions and millions of dollars to everyone.
That's nuts.
And I think and this is when I wasn't using any headphones, okay? There's no way I could communicate to these guys. But they were like, hey, do you want some money? Or I'd go and try to shoot one. Next thing I know, a little block would show up. Hey, so-and-so is giving you $1 million. I'm like, say what?
The hell?
Except it was, I think it was the first time I got hit, it was $99 million. Then the second time I got hit, it was $500,000. I basically ended up with like $1.6 billion by the time it was all said and done.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. I'm just hoping that Rockstar doesn't come along and bust me down, but whatever. Living on the edge.
Well,
living on the edge.
I can't imagine they're going to do that because the whole point is wacky online hijinks, right? I mean, so if they're going to come in and police that seems kind of counterintuitive to me.
It is, I mean...
You've done too well in the game we gave you to play, so stop it. What? F you, pal. I didn't build it, you did.
My mom always said something about ill-gotten gains. Ill-gotten gains.
Well, that kind of kicks the whole concept in the nuts, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, it does, because the whole thing is you're ripping people off, yada, yada, yada. just short of being a soprano.
Yeah. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to play Grand Theft Auto. I always wanted to build an empire.
And drive a tank in the middle of the square.
I always wanted to get my helicopter license through long, boring trials.
You know what the great thing is? You can go get a helicopter.
Super duper.
You can just go, like, you won't fly worth a crap, but you can take off.
I have flown one in the game. It is pretty sad.
Well, see, they really did it good with because in the
I thought lift versus drag meant you couldn't flip a helicopter, but I was wrong.
You can in single player. The first time you try to fly anything, you're going to be wacky crazy, but in the online, you're actually pretty solid and you get better.
Sure, of course. I mean, that's part of the fun is building up your character. That's why people keep going back. Now, I assume I got sick of getting shot in the face, but I'll probably do it some more at some point. As soon as Forza becomes boring, which isn't likely to happen, but you know, I got cars to buy and my name stickers to put on things.
I can start up a private room and invite you.
That'd be cool.
We could have the entire city to ourselves.
Neat.
Until we start a mission, and then we quit the mission. Then we're back in the public.
Or as I call it, the rat-a-tat room. What am I doing here?
Damn
it.
There's guys that hide out by your by the entrance
to your spawn points.
No, there's guys that hide out to the entrance to your apartment. So when you pull up, they hose you down.
If I were to purchase property, it would be far up in the map, out of the main city anyway.
The suck thing about that is the only thing that's far up north is garages.
Can't you spawn at your garage?
You can, but it's not as... I don't know.
I just want Trevor's trailer.
You can get you can get like a 6-car garage, I think, by the biggest when you go up that far north. And I just can't imagine like trying to wait out a warrant, or not a warrant, but a
wanted star.
No, not a wanted star. When somebody sets a bounty on you, because the game itself will set bounties on you if you steal someone's car.
How fun!
Which is ridiculous. But no, trying to
in a game called Grand Theft Auto, they don't want you to.
Yeah, I know it's
thieve any autos in a grand.
Yeah,
nature.
they want you to buy. Well, of course, I can buy anything I want now.
Sounds like
you know you can't buy a Hummer.
Do you want a Hummer?
Yeah, I wanted one. I had to go find one and steal it.
Okay.
Anyway, we've gotten way off, but so anyway, yeah, big thing.
We didn't really get that far off, really.
I mean, people were just giving away tons of cash and I read a couple of boards about it, and people were like, hundreds of people were like, I got this, and I'm like, wow. And here I was like, I thought maybe I was one of 100 people or something like that, but I think the number might be close to just about everyone. Except for, people like you who probably didn't play, so.
Turns out it was actually Santa Claus.
Yeah, well.
Jolly old Saint Nick isn't going to shoot you in the mouth. He's just going to give you monies.
Actually, he did both. He shot me in the mouth.
Now that is funny.
And then he said, I feel sorry for you, kid. Here's $1 billion. I don't know. Whatever.
Hey, buddy. Cha-ching.
Here's $1 billion.
This'll make you feels better.
Hey, go clean yourself up.
Get some new clothes.
Well,
we're about half an hour in, so we should probably we should probably cut it off.
But that'll hurt.
And sew it back on.
Anyway.
Well,
happy late Christmas and greatest New Year ever. And
here's hoping 2014 doesn't suck.
And Brad Pitt.